Jennifer Aniston is almost halfway through her 50s, but she's looking better than ever. So why is someone who could probably have anyone she wants not interested in tying the knot again? It's more complicated than you might think. Aniston hasn't always had it easy. Growing up in the limelight, the actor has faced her share of tragedy and hardship, which have unfolded in the public eye. That includes not one but two Hollywood divorces, which dominated the headlines for months. First, there was her split from Brad Pitt in 2005, which coincided with the end of Friends and sparked a barrage of infidelity rumors. Folks couldn't stop wondering if Pitt had cheated with his Mr. and Mrs. Smith co-star Angelina Jolie, and they had a field day when it was confirmed they were dating.
Yep.
Shortly after photos surfaced showing her ex vacationing with Jolie, Aniston unsurprisingly told Vanity Fair that it wasn't one of the highlights of her year. Even so, she worked her way through the grief and came to terms with the reality of her situation. She explained, "When you try to avoid the pain, it creates greater pain. I wish it weren't in front of the world." Unfortunately, it was, and the media beat the news into the ground the way they always do when something like this happens. Nonetheless, she rose above the drama and became stronger for it. She said, "I feel like I've earned a superpower shield." Then, in 2015, Aniston decided to give marriage another chance as she wed Justin Theroux. Sadly, the two called it quits in 2018, but Theroux assured Esquire their breakup was amicable. And yet, despite the drama-free divorce, it seems Aniston won't be saying "I do" again anytime soon, if ever. The tabloids have not been kind to Aniston when it comes to her relationships. She's often been scrutinized and judged for not having children, and pregnancy rumors have plagued her for decades. Things came to a head in 2016 when Aniston finally had enough and penned an op-ed for HuffPost titled, "For the record, I am not pregnant. What I am is fed up." In it, she slammed the media for constantly speculating whether or not she would have kids. She seethed, "We are complete with or without a mate, with or without a child. We don't need to be married or mothers to be complete. We get to determine our own happily ever after for ourselves." For her, it seems that may not include marriage after all. Speaking with Allure in November 2022, the actor admitted she's not about to give matrimony another shot. She mused, "Never say never, but I don't have any interest." However, she's certainly not opposed to the idea of finding a new life partner. She confessed, "I'd love a relationship. There are moments I want to just crawl up in a ball and say, I need support." Aniston is no stranger to a high-profile union. In addition to her headline-making marriages, she's dated John Mayer and Vince Vaughn and swears every one of her relationships has ended amicably.
I don't think I have anything left to give.
And yet, she told the Wall Street Journal in 2023 that romance is not her forte. Her parents had a messy split when she was young, which ultimately ended up setting the wrong precedent for her from the get-go. She told Allure, "My house was not a fun house to live in. Watching my family's relationship didn't make me kind of go, oh, I can't wait to do that." Instead, she learned to be on her own, and it stuck. She admitted, "It was almost easier to just be kind of solo, so I didn't have any real training in that give and take." As she's gotten older, she's struggled to build a solid union because of it. She said, "It's just about not being afraid to say what you need and what you want, and it's still a challenge for me in a relationship." Despite the serious sentiment, she found a way to add in a little joke that speaks to her resilience. She said, "I'm really good at every other job I have.